Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave with a tool tip, specifically of the brand Proxxon, Proxxon. This is a European company. You can tell they're a European company from their European color choices. It's true, right? This ochre, I mean, like all of Spain is like this color, or this is a very popular color in Spain, and I dig this ochre. Ochre in the green, it's like, tells me it's from Europe. At any rate, Proxxon makes a host of different tools, and I have slowly been adding some of them to my collection. I think the first one I covered was this multi-tool they have, this rotary tool. Sorry, not multi-tool, a rotary tool. And I discovered this at Weta Workshop, and I liked it so much when I came home, I keep it permanently magnetized to my workbench, and I abuse the hell out of it. And recently, I recently obtained a Nagra IV-S, and we put up the video. There's a link in the description. It's a legendary reel-to-reel sound recording platform. Nagra is just the gold standard for field recording. And the one I bought was born in 1978, and it shows some of its wear. Specifically, Nagras have a clear top, and those tops, they yellow because plastic polymer chains tend to yellow under exposure to UV light, and it was also very scratched up from years and years of utility. And I wanted to get rid of that, so there's a video where I repaired the top. I soaked it in hydrogen peroxide overnight, but the real meat of its restoration came in the polishing. And I have done a lot of polishing with a polishing wheel, and with my hands and polishing compounds, but I have never invested in a handheld polisher. I love watching auto restoration videos where they're like, you know, the first wash in 20 years. I love watching those guys buff and shine the outside of a car. I just have never gone and invested in one of those systems, it's actually kind of crazy. And I saw that Proxxon had this handheld polisher, and I had to try it. It has a couple of things that I really love. It's got a Velcro mandrel here, and I specifically, on the plastic of my Nagra cover, used this sheepskin, lamb's wool, very soft, with some polishing compound. Oh, right, some Novus #2, turned out to be the real best stuff. And, well, you got to see me use this in that video, but I wanted to do a specific tool tip about this, and I'm going to use it to polish up the faceplate of my beautiful Lost in Space helmet that I recently obtained from Prop Store. Well, I'm going to cover this costume in a separate video because it was built by our friends at FBFX, and it is actually really neat because they made more than a couple of dozen of these suits for production, and I can see evidence of the efficiencies they had to choose that are kind of neat, given that I've got examples of FBFX's work going back to Covenant and earlier, actually. Yeah, Prometheus, and even earlier. I've got some suits of armor they made for Centurion and other movies. At any rate, I'm going to spend this tool tip doing some polishing on the faceplate here and seeing if I can't bring it to a finer degree. You know what occurs to me? Part of me wants to do a demo where I split it up the middle and I polish one half. Then I'm gonna spend the rest of my life chasing that split here in the middle. And if I see it while I'm wearing this costume, it's gonna make me nuts. So I am not gonna do an A/B test of the polisher. So I'll just let Josh get some good B-roll of this before I start in on it. So hopefully we can do a side-by-side comparison in film of the improvement. I gotta tell you, I'm spooked by polishing plastic. I've been on set getting hero finishes on acrylic and glass and plastic for commercial shoots, and polishing can be your best friend and your worst enemy all at the same time. Heat, you can build up heat, you can scar. Polishing scares me. One of the things I like about this is that. From fast to slow. I did all the polishing on the Nagra cover using the slowest speed, and I really liked it. Very gentle. Gives me lots of opportunity to not harm the object I'm polishing. This, and I want to do. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Yep. Now, yeah. I'm going to protect the paint job. Give me a sec. I was going to treat this like something I built, and then I realized it is an artifact of value, and I don't want to trash it. So I'm going to just provide a layer of tape protection around on the painted details so I don't harm them with my polishing. I'd love to just take this. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is it? Oh, dude. Ha 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 ha! Yes, asking the question, did they allow for this? The answer is yes, they did. Bless their hearts. And I do not mean that in the standard bless their heart, which usually means they can go to hell. I mean that in genuinely, bless their hearts. Ah, yes, okay, so that, I can just go over that like this. Oh, it's so much easier. Mm-hmm. So right there, just in that moment before I figured that out, I'm quite sure that one of my friends from FBFX was watching this video going, Adam, stop taping that. You can pull it right off. Come on. Can't you hear me through the screen? And the answer is, I did. Awesome. Okay, here we go. We're going to polish this up. Did you note this part? That's all scratched from the hairband that goes over here. Here we go. Oh my God. All right. I think I got it on the mic. Spread it around, and then we'll use the polishing wheel. Then we're not flinging it everywhere. Oh, much better. Here, get it off my fingers. That's it. Yes. So one of the things that I always remind myself about polishing is what is doing the polishing. It's not your elbow grease. Well, I mean, it's partly your elbow grease, but really, polishing compound is simply a fine grit of something in a carrier medium. Toothpaste is a polishing compound. Toothpaste actually has a grit to it. You are literally polishing your teeth. And so it's about working smart, not hard, right? Like letting the compound itself do the work. I'm not pushing very hard. And after a couple passes, I got really good results on the Nagra. So I'm just going to follow the same formula on this guy. I can see I'm not going to get everything off of this at all, but it might make a reasonable dent in its beat upness. it is spooky polishing this visor because I know the pain that FBFX goes through to have these visors made. They are incredibly expensive, and the company that makes them does prototypes for military. And so my greatest fear is that I will hit this with some paper towels and discover that I've somehow added scratches to this thing. I don't think that's what has happened, but there is an interesting one to note. Oh, wow, that is a significant improvement. Holy cow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, way better. So this is something to note, is when you do your own polishing, you're going to be disappointed in your work. You're going to see it up close, and you're going to see all those scratches, and you're going to have a moment where you forget that glossiness hides, in interesting ways, glossiness hides crimes. So that when something really does reflect and you no longer have soft spots where the light reflections get messed up, your eye just sort of stops seeing the little scratches. Also, I'm still pulling off the hard polishing compound. This plastic cleaner, which is a polish and a cleaner, is usually my last step on this kind of thing. And again, I'm trying to not touch it with my hands, so I'm always using the paper towels themselves as the thing I'm letting do the touching. And I'm not using any towels that I used on the other polishing compound on this. I have to say, for what literally was like 10 minutes of work, this is kind of amazing. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a pass on the inside because I'm concerned about the inside. I see some dirt and grime in there. So before I call this done, I am gonna do an internal pass. So we're just gonna go. What is that? What happened? Did I just figure out how to remove this thing entirely and I didn't know it? Wow. Apparently, I did. Okay. Good God, how, wow. I know how they make this and it's still a mystery to me. Okay, we're gonna do a good final pass on this. Yes. This went way deeper than I expected it to, but I didn't expect to totally dismantle this hero prop. And yet, I'm really happy with how it's going. All right. I think that's enough polishing. I'm going to take all this polishing compound off, give it a good clean, and actually, I'm going to give my lap some protection. That's it. All right, here we go. Much easier to clean this off the unit. I can put a lot more elbow grease into it. Try this suit on later for a different video. Boy, is it hot in San Francisco. Here we go. Oh, Oh, terrifying. That is such a significant improvement over where it was 30 minutes ago. Oh, all right. Didn't need to do any of this taping. All unnecessary. Okay, let's, I want to take care of the last bit of polishing compound if it's around this thing. No. Yeah, there we go. A little bit, it's like shaving cream on the ear. All right. Oh, I see, I gotcha. Yeah, it slips into that little pocket. And then it's these guys, these pins that hold it all in orientation. Oh, God. Oh, easy. I love it when smart people build things well. Oh, that's freaking awesome. All right, let's get one more bit of a polish on this. The reason I'm not using the Novus #1 is that I ran out of it the last time I needed it. You can buy Novus polishing system, the 1, the 2, and the 3. You start with the 3, go to 2, go to 1. You can buy it in lots of different amounts, and we'll include links to the larger amounts because, frankly, this is like, they sell it in even smaller kebs than this, and you're gonna go through a lot. Like, you want to buy it in large amounts if you're thinking about doing some polishing. But this is really not about the compound, it's about the device. And I'm able to rinse this out in my sink in water, which is how I cleaned it the first time I used it, and it'll be ready again for some polishing. I couldn't be happier with this. It's super awesome. I just want to give one coda about this. The polishing that I'm doing on this for the purposes of this video is literally, I'm just making it look pretty again. It had gotten worn from set use and had some very obvious scuffs and scratches and dull parts, and I brought those back from the brink. But to be real fair, polishing something like this and bringing it back is an hours-long procedure where you'd probably go through multiple pads, a bunch of Novus #3, get it to a state you like it, then go to #2, get it to a state you like it, then go to #1. And you got to invest in that if what you want is that perfect high shine. But this shows you how little effort gets you back to what I consider a filmable shine. That's all. We're gonna get some B-roll and shoot some more today. But that is my tool tip, the Proxxon hand polisher. Hey guys, Adam Savage from Tested here. If you've ever seen the 6-inch ruler in inches and centimeters on my forearm and wanted one of your own, but you didn't want it to be permanent, well, today's your lucky day. You can now buy temporary tattoos of my measuring stick, my measuring forearm, at tested-store.com. Comes like this, goes on in about 30 seconds with a little water. The instructions are on the back. It comes off with rubbing alcohol, and hopefully it warms you up to the idea of permanently attaching a measuring device to your body, because I use mine every single day.